Hello everybody, this video recording based on my presentation about servitization topics, so let's begin. As we all observe and know, the traditional system used by manufacturers is to produce a product, try to sell it, and charge it separately each time a repair is required. With this traditional approach, costs are increases in the manufacturers and the loyalty of the customers against the product will be decreases. To be successful in the competitive market, it is necessary to provide advanced services, and this is possible with the servitization. When we look at the first impact of the manufacturing industry, the manufacturing industry will be digitalized because the charging business model like servitization can only happen with the adaptation of the digital technologies. Therefore, the manufacturing industry must successfully adapt the technologies. With the digitization and the technology, servitization reduces the cost of producers and they become more competitive in the markets. The second impact is, as we have already learned, bottlenecks in the theory of constraints generate extra costs and cause orders and opportunities to miss. Since we are prepared for good plan for any deterioration or hesitation with the servitization, these waiting times are minimized and new business opportunities are prevented from missing. At the same time, while maintenance and maintenance transportation costs are minimized, the company can make production without stopping. When we look at the third impact is it allows companies to share with each other. For example, sharing economy. It creates a new business opportunities with the outsourcing. Companies can directly see their machine and production tools and they can create new opportunities and periodic new partnerships. So the question is, what are the types of servitization strategy that are? Now we will look at it. Firstly, we will understand the product-oriented services. They will be product-related services and advice and consultancy services. Product-related services connected with the production of goods. Product-related services are increasingly being used by manufacturing companies, especially in Germany, as a strategic factor in competition. The tendency to offer customers integrated solution is very evident. In many cases, however, these services are provided independently of sales of a commodity. If we give an example of this, it would be delivery of machine plus a maintenance contract. And secondly, advice and consultancy services chiefly focused on management of development, diagnostic, assessment, and consultancy. Especially, we can give an example for these services, NetSys. It's a software that provides many benefits to its users in both individual and corporate terms and increases the practicality and thus the productivity of the workplace by moving the corporate resources planning to the digital environment. Okay, secondly, we will study on use-oriented services. They start with the leasing. The leasing is a contractual agreement calling for the user to pay the owner for use on assets such as property, buildings, vehicles, industrial and business equipments. In leasing, the owner is a legal owner of assets, while the user obtains the rights to use the assets in return for regular rental payments. For example, a person leasing a car may agree the condition that the car will only be used for personal use. And on the other hand, the renting or sharing services we will see. These services is the provision of a service by are part of an organization or group where that service had previously been found in more than one part of the organization or group. Thus, the finding and resourcing of the service is shared and the providing department effectively becomes an internal service provider. For example, a company manages its financial statements such as income and expenses with an external accountant. Alright, let's continue the analysis of the use-oriented services with the pooling. Pooling is the grouping together of resources for the purposes of maximizing advantage and minimizing the risks to users. For example, while damaged or dirty equipment is repaired and cleaned by replacing it with an identical piece of equipment from the pool. On the other hand, pay per service unit services, it's important for the use-oriented services. It's a type of service compensation model with the tied to quantity of service the customer receives. In the pay per service unit model, the product manufacturer or retailer is typically responsible for installation, maintenance, and take back the product. For example, in solar power purchasing agreement, we can see the pay per kilowatt hour. This is the example for this. And the last strategy, we can see the result-oriented services, which are outsourcing and the functional result services. Outsourcing is a business practice in which services or job functions are farmed out to a third party. Outsourcing benefits could be increased efficiency, variable capacity. At the same time, outsourcing has some risks such as lack of control, language and cultural barriers. However, functional result services, the suppliers offers a customer a certain results. Contrary to outsourcing, this can be more abstract, such as the provision of comfort, lighting, and mobility. In principle, the supplier is completely free in how it achieves these results. For barriers, we will see four categories. In technology, the barriers are strong technology orientation, which inhibits the servitization process, lack of technical equipment, and adopting new technologies, replace product-centric offerings with service-centric. In role of man, we will see shortage of skilled person, lack of competencies, and lack of understanding of customer needs. In organization, we will see the no strategic focus, no holistic view, no performance metrics, and the last one, digital information, we will see the necessity of additional data strategy, lack of ideal management information system, and lack of leveraging customer data. The risks are entering a new market which could have been served by suppliers previously. Secondly, retraining staff or buying a new advanced equipment. And the last one, cash flow is spread over a longer period of time. For the benefits, we can see this scalable. This is applicable to small and medium-sized enterprises. Furthermore, good servitization in itself should also be scalable and repeatable. And the second one, we can see the stronger customer relationships in benefits. And the last one, servitization can enable large revenue and growth opportunity. Alright, the last topic we will see the concepts. These are the product as a service, It's a combination of products that are accompanied by services. For achieving this, the customer should always come first. Keep in mind your pricing and have the right software at hand. And secondly, service as a product. It's a transaction of service production and delivery model in which a productized service is sold by the seller or vendor to buyer and is centrally hosted. For achieving this model, it should be starts with the sensor-based products that continues to feed information about product usage and the condition to manufacturers. And the last one, software as a service. It's a licensing and delivery model in which software is licensed and on a subscription basis and is centrally hosted. For achieving this model, each customer may have its own settings for the configuration options, and these make software as a service advantages and successful and applicable.
In summary, we examined and tried important topics about servitization by answering some questions. I hope it was useful and informative for you. Thanks for listening.